if you don't take out time to find who you are or to make and create who you are, the world will do it for you. I think we don't realize how much of our identity has been created by other people from the moment you are born. When you're born, your parents decide what your name is, what they present you as. I feel like we are like avatars. Like you get to customize your avatar. I don't think you customize your looks though, it's what you come with. And then they customize your avatar from the name that you bear, the religion you put into that if you happen to be in a religious background. They decide the kind of clothing you wear until you grow up and then you become a part of it. And people would define you from the features that they see in you. People would just bring up things like, okay, you should be this or you should be that. And if you do not take your time to create your person, people will do it for you. Just like somebody might meet you and be like, oh, you look great, you should be a model. You're a singer, oh, you have a nice voice, you should be a singer. And then most time you might put your whole personality around that identity, that particular word. Okay, I'm a singer and that's who I am. Like I sing, and I feel like one good thing is when I was growing up nobody ever did that for me. My parents never felt like, oh, you could sing. It was something I liked and I went for. And besides that, there's so much I can do. And I know, like, I've been on social media, I'm a little famous, yeah, a little famous. At least having over 300,000 followers on TikTok, it's a lot, and I have like good following on other across platforms. I know on this channel I have just one subscriber, but yeah. And I know I had to start a new account because I didn't like people always seeing me as, oh, that boy that sings, because it felt like it was my whole identity, and it wasn't something that I liked for myself. I wanted to, because I feel like there's a lot more about me than that thing that you know about me. A lot of things that we do today is as a result of people's influence. You might be a gangster because people feel like you are. I think if you're not careful enough, you'd end up being the things that define for you. You should understand that you have full control of your personality. One thing, my own definition of being an adult or what adulthood has meant to me is growing up, picking the things that I have learned over the years from maybe parents or school, teachers, or just the society in general. And I think we don't see how their direct teachings and their indirect teachings, there are things that we see that we feel like it is the norm because this is how it is. It's the reason why a lot of people do things, they don't know the reason why they do it. People go to school because they don't know why, but it's like everybody, you need to go to school. It's like they've set like a whole system and stages of life. Within this time you should be here, within this time you should be here. And you don't see your power. You don't see how much power you have over your life. You don't see, like, somebody just came up and like, this is your name. I grew up and I'm like, this is the name I want to bear. And there are things that you can't control, but the parts of you pick up the cards that you are given and create an identity for yourself. Don't let people do it for you. Don't let people do it for you. Finding yourself is one thing, and I think some people find it hard. They feel like I haven't found my purpose or things like that. People talk about purpose a lot. Purpose is created, because in the end, let's be honest. Whether you feel you're successful, you suffer through your life, or you enjoyed most of it, we all die. You hear this vanity upon vanity. Everything you do is still going to be in vain. But while you're here, the time frame from the particular date you were born to the date that you are going to die, you should be able to fill up that space with the things that you actually want for yourself. Sit down, think about the things you want. Are the things you're doing right now, do they align with the things you actually want for yourself? I think that's one of the things that I did. I took my time away from people. Don't always crowd yourself. This morning I realized that I've been doing that recently, and it's been really really bad. First thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I check my socials, and my excuse is I am a content creator and I have people to cater for, and that's where I need to be because I need to be active. I need to know what's going on so I can. But like I realized that I've not been taking time for my own self. Even this video I'm creating now, I've procrastinated for like a long time. It's like since the year started. This is like the eighth day, right? Or the ninth day. And I'm still, this is when I'm creating it. I've been busy with so many things. So I open my phone early in the morning, and the first thing I'm doing is on TikTok, and I'm like, when you don't even know why you're scrolling. I think it happens to the best of us. You swipe, you swipe again, and you're done. But like, I should just take another swipe, and then you swipe, and before you realize it, it's already afternoon. You've not done anything, and you're running from here and moving down to Instagram. Before, it used to be one application. So today, the first thing I did, I just had relaxing music. When I woke up, I took my time to calm, allow myself process the things that are on my mind. You know how much you're not in control of the things you think about. I think people don't realize that. Allowed myself sit with my thoughts, understand them. I just use the relaxing music in my ear. And why I would say you don't choose the things you think is because, like, you don't know what you're thinking right now. You don't know what you'll be thinking in the next 1 hour. You don't choose it. It comes. You can't really decide. So you sit down and understand yourself, listen to yourself. That's what I do. And I feel like it's one thing that has really helped me. And this year I feel like I've gone out of track. Not out of track, but mentally. Like my subconscious mind needs to be reprogrammed again to be able to achieve the much result I achieved last year for myself. And I know I can do like times two, even way better, because I feel like when you get to a certain level, getting to a higher level should be easier. And now I've been able to connect with people that I never thought I would be able to connect with as a content creator, as an influencer. I don't like to call myself an influencer, but I feel I actually do have an influence when you think about it, because people follow me, they see the things that I do, and somehow it has a way of influencing them. That's why I say people around us, they influence us. Today I was scrolling through, and then I saw this lady's video. I feel like it was really really motivating to me. I went through her content a lot. There was a lot for me to learn there. And then she also has this thing about money, and people are asking, "Oh, this is what you do. How do I start?" And I understand some people feel like their whole purpose is, I want to make money. I just want to make money, and everybody has their own goal. Everybody needs money. It's a system. It's something that we've all accepted as a medium of exchange, and without it, life is, let's be for real, life is going to be horrible. I won't be able to film this thing right now because getting a device to film is one thing. The clothes I'm wearing, it costs money. Maintaining yourself, feeding yourself, it costs money. But we should know the things that we want for ourselves. There are things that I would never take if it's going to take away my life. So sit down with yourself, identify who you are. Know that you can be who you are. Pick the things that I had to pick them. Do these things make sense? It's like my mother not liking people who have their heads tinted, and I'm like, why? Does it make any sense to me? And then I create my own set of values, my own thought process. It doesn't always have to be that of who the people around you. Own yourself. They would leave. But of all things, to me, my premium goal for life is be who you are. Put yourself first. You're in your body so that you can first empathize with yourself before empathizing with any other person. So you know yourself. When something, let's say something pierces your skin, you feel the pain. Other people can try to feel it, but you feel it. That's to show that you have to put yourself first. And most of the times we don't care about ourselves. I don't know, it depends on how you grew up. Because the way I grew up, I was like a people pleaser, people that you need to learn to impress people around you, take care of them. And I've been trying to get out of that and try to like create a balance, because we should help others and others should. I feel like that's what humanity is. When you love other people, you want to care about them also. But there's a point, because like this year I feel like one of my resolution is, you see my cup, I'm keeping it for myself. And if there is more, I'm going to find other places to reserve it for myself. I'm still going to give out, yeah. But I want to prioritize me. So that when it comes to those days when my own well is dry and I can't get water from it, and I'm not expecting rain to come down, I would have something to be with me through that time. Because when I'm in those times, I don't have anybody I would go to. And I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about, but I'm not talking about water here. Life is crazy. It's tough, but at the same time, it's nothing. Like if you go outside my house, there are two graves there. One by someone inside. I don't know who it was because when I came here, it was already there. But another one was a boy I used to see here, and he's dead. And despite the fact that you might want to say his life was not good, I don't know. I don't want to talk about his whole life, but crazy things happen. I'm here and I feel like okay, I'm doing what I need to do to have the best life. We'll all still die, but what matters is that you're happy within the time you're here. And happiness is not always guaranteed. Sometimes you'll be sad, but at least chase the things that means the most to you. I feel like that's the most important thing. Find yourself. Sit down with yourself. Listen to yourself. Don't be on social media all the time. I feel like we are always consuming things. So that you're learning, you're working. When you're not doing that, you're watching TV. We have so much distraction that we can't even find. We don't even know who we are anymore. Somebody tells you this is who you are. You're an African, and when they say you're African, they don't just mean African based on this is where you're from. Okay, like I'm African now. I don't know where any other person watching this will be from. They don't just mean it in this is where you're from. Most of the times it's more like they have things that are around that personality. So okay, you're African and this is where Africans behave. If you behave otherwise, you're not. I'm not chasing to be that label. I'm not chasing to be that label. You're a man, you should be like this. I am not chasing that personality. The only thing that I want to do for myself and achieve for myself is to be me. So when I come into this world and you tell me this is who you are, as a man, you should not cry. If I feel like crying, I would cry. If that is what I want. And the truth is that we are so diverse. We have how many billion people in the world? How do you expect us to be the same? We are so diverse. Finding yourself will be like one of the best things you can do for you, and you have to be unapologetically you. If anybody would have to cross your line and want to be an obstruction to who you are, I feel like I personally would rather stay away from you. I can love you, but if you're going to be like take away my peace, I would want to keep you distant and love you from afar. I feel like we should, if you don't prioritize yourself, you would really go through a lot. And if there are things that you need to break out of, and there are reasons that are still there, are things that are still keeping you there, that you feel like it is safer, you need to like either strategize on the best ways to get out of that situation, to get out of it, or life is good actually, and in the end, it doesn't make sense. The whole shit doesn't make sense, and stop trying to make sense out of it because you would never make sense out of it. Just find yourself, create a purpose for yourself. There's no such thing as a purpose, your purpose on earth. But if you would have a purpose, it's going to be within you. Go within you. Find it. Find out. Listen to your heart. I feel like we are made and then we have this thing inside of us. Listen to it and find yourself.